In this video we're going to talk about breast cancer.
We're going to give you the facts, the figures, teach you how to check for the signs, look at the barriers and find out what is being done to help beat breast cancer.
And it starts usually as a small lump in the breast, basically because the duct cells don't know how to behave, as it were, and they start dividing more often than they should. The cells, as they're dividing, the ducts are very tiny and they can only accommodate a certain amount of cell division. So as the number of cells gets more, the ducts rupture and the cells then go through the ducts and into the bloodstream.
Breast cancer is the most common cancer in the UK. It accounts for 15% of all cancer cases and 7% of all cancer deaths.
In 2011 there were over 40,000 women diagnosed with breast cancer. That's more than 130 every day.
The lifetime risk of being diagnosed with breast cancer is 1 in 8 women in the UK, and 8 out of 10 of those women are aged 50 and over.
In 2012, 11,600 women died from breast cancer. That's around 32 every day. However, while the breast cancer incidence rates have increased by 7% over the last decade, female death rates have fallen by around a fifth in the same space of time.
More women are surviving breast cancer than ever before. Survival rates have been improving year on year for over 40 years. 8 out of 10 females diagnosed with breast cancer survive for 10 years or more.
Every woman should know the signs and symptoms of breast cancer and how to check. Breakthrough Breast Cancer have launched the Touch, Look, Check TLC campaign, educating women on what to look for when checking their breasts.
This video is intended for the care worker or any person who feels that there is a high risk that they may be exposed to somebody having a stroke. Its aim is to provide information about the signs and symptoms of stroke, risk factors and potential barriers to diagnosis and treatment.
It also covers current government campaigns to raise awareness of stroke, information on the current legislation surrounding stroke and recommendations for change that we feel may improve the treatment service users and their families are currently receiving after being affected by stroke.
So, what is a stroke? A stroke is a brain attack caused by a disturbance of the blood supply to the brain.
There are two main types of stroke which require different types of treatment.
Ischemic stroke is the most common form of stroke. It is caused by a clot narrowing or blocking blood vessels so that blood cannot reach a particular area of the brain. This leads to death of brain cells due to lack of oxygen.
Hemorrhagic stroke is caused when a weakened blood vessel in the brain bursts. This produces bleeding into the brain which leads to damage. Hemorrhagic strokes usually cause more damage than a stroke caused by a blood clot.
Caribbean and South Asian communities are also at a higher risk of suffering from a stroke. This is due to the increasing number of diabetes, sickle cell anemia and high blood pressure. Other risk factors include smoking, alcohol and drug use. Regular consumption of large amounts of alcohol greatly increase your risk of an ischemic stroke. 12.8% 75% of young adults who had had a stroke had consumed drugs and alcohol within the last 24 hours.
Cocaine and amphetamine use poses a particularly high risk of stroke due to the dramatic and sudden spike in blood pressure that it causes. Cocaine can increase your risk of stroke by 700% in the 24 hours following use. Smoking single-handedly doubles your risk of death from stroke. A 2012 study of stroke in younger people discovered that half of those having strokes under the age of 45 were active smokers.
Poor diet and lack of exercise can increase your chance of having a stroke, as it can raise your blood pressure and cholesterol levels. High blood pressure is a contributing factor to 54% of strokes in England, Wales and Northern Ireland. Atrial fibrillation is when the heartbeat is irregular. This can lead to small pools of blood left in the chamber of the heart that can develop into a clot over time.
Hello, my name is Notando Tabana. Today I'm going to present to you Old Age Society and Me. Old age is many times associated with the age at which one can begin to receive pension benefits. However, there are considerable age differences in defining the beginning. The youngest respondents I interviewed, which were aged between 18 and 22, perceived old age as starting at 40, while those of older groups believed old age starts at 70. My respondents had concerns about old age, such as the worsening of their health and the lack of respect for older people in society. In my personal opinion, there is no specific age that can ever define old age, as it is definitely clear that no one wants to be labeled as old. In society, older people are sometimes respected for their knowledge and wisdom, but the extent of this respect depends on at least two factors: health and mental abilities. Normally, elders in good health are respected, while those in poor health are disrespected. The old and wealthy have more social influence among their relatives and other members of the society, as they are considered wise and full of life experiences. Being 75 or older seems to be associated with more negative perceptions than positive perceptions. The negative stereotypes for old age are wrinkled, neglected, sad, lonely, feeble, slow thinking, complaining, stubborn, and nosy. The positive stereotypes are kind, generous, family-oriented, wise, and productive. The population for over 65 is increasing based on data from 2010 to 2012. Remaining life expectancy at 65 is 18 years for men and 21 years for women. People aged 65 or over make up 1 in 6, which is 17% of the population, and this group uses more than 1/6 of some health and social care resources.
Right, can you tell me your name?
George Riddler,
And how old are you, George?
5.
Okay, George, can you tell me, when you see old people in town, what do you see them as? What do they look like?
They all have wrinkles.
Yeah, and what else?
They always need help
They need help, that's a good idea. And why do you think they need help?
because when their bags are heavier, they're like,
Is that how they walk?
yeah,
Okay, what do you think an old person looks like?
like this. I won't.
Right, can you tell me your name and your age?
My name is Harry,
And how old are you?
9.
Okay, Harry. Can you tell me, what do you think an old person is?
An old mum.
Okay, when do you think old age starts? So how old do you think someone is before you would call them an old person?
55.
Okay.
When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet. Will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just the touch of a hand. Well, me, I fall in love with you every single day, and I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud, maybe we found love right where we are. When my hair's all but gone and my memory fades, and the crowds don't remember my name, when my hands don't play the strings the same way, I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul could never grow old, it's evergreen.